he exits. Then 73, Arjuna. 78 is end of the 18th chapter.
Let me just mute all and then you can start.
Okay.
మీరు అన్మ్యూట్ చేసుకుని మొదలెట్టచ్చు. హరి ఓం.
ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं चैव ततो जयमुदीरयेत्. You could not get the PDF, is it? You are muted.
Yeah, I think I opened the wrong PDF, Nana. I have to open this one, Shankaracharya's thing, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got it. Just a few seconds. I'm going to open the 72nd verse. I think we've 67.
Yeah, correct. This is the one.
Yeah, I know. 72, isn't it?
So, yeah, go to 72. Yeah. 72 we have covered.
71 is okay.
72 is Kitapai exits.
Correct.
Kachideta Chrutam Pardha. Tvayekagreena Chetasa. Kachid Jnana Sammoha. Pranashtaste Dhananjaya. You need to enlarge this. As much as you can, yes.
Is this sufficient? Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay.
Name chadavna?
Okay. You cover the 72nd verse also, just for recap.
Okay.
Just chant that sloka and go to 73rd verse.
Shri Bhagavanuvacha Kachchidetatshrutam Partha Tvayaiకాగ్రేణ Chetasa Kachchidajnana Mohaha Pranashtaste Dhananjaya.
ఆ తాత్పర్య చదువమ్మ.
చదవనా ఇది ఫుల్?
72nd తాత్పర్య కూడా చదివి then go to 73.
Okay. Has this been listened to by you, Arjuna, with a single pointed mind? Is your delusion that is caused by ignorance destroyed, Arjuna?
Now go to 73.
Arjuna uvacha nashto moha smritirlabdha tvat prasadan mayachyuta sthitosmi gata sandehaha karishye vachanam tava. Arjuna uvacha said, Arjuna said, Tvat prasadat, by your grace, mohaha nashtaha, my delusion is gone. Maya, by me, smritihi labdha, recognition of myself is gained. Achyuta, O Achyuta, Krishna. Gata sandehaha, as one from whom all doubts have gone. Stitaha asmi, I remain. Tava vachanam, what you say, karishye, I will do. Arjuna said, by your grace, my delusion is gone, and I have gained recognition of myself. Achyuta, I remain as one from whom all doubts have gone. I will do what you say. Achyuta, my delusion is gone, I will do what you say. Addressing Krishna as Achyuta, the one who is free from any kind of change, Arjuna says, my delusion is gone. He has gained recognition, smriti, of himself, that is, knowledge of Atma. How he has gained this knowledge by the grace of Krishna. By your grace, Tvat Prasadat, he says, which means by the teaching of Krishna. And further, he says that he remains as a person from whom all doubts have disappeared. Gata sandehaha. Now, he is ready to act according to the words of Krishna. He has no longer any sense of doership and therefore can do what is to be done just because it is to be done. Krishna himself had said, I have nothing at all to accomplish in the three worlds, and still I am engaged in karma. Name partha asti kartavyam trishu lokeshu kinchana nana vaptam avaptavyam varta evacha karmani. Similarly, Arjuna has his own prarabdha karma and therefore should act. If he has gained knowledge, then he does not lose anything by being active, but is merely fulfilling his prarabdha karma. And if he has not gained the knowledge, then he had better do what is to be done as a yoga, because it is better to get destroyed doing your yoga duty than doing something else. Swadharme nidhanam shreyaha paradharmo bhayavaha. Shankara here views Arjuna as one who has gained this knowledge of Atma, not just some freedom from confusion with reference to dharma and adharma. Thus, the delusion that is gone is that which is born of the ignorance, which is the cause of all samsara. That samsara is very difficult to cross like an ocean, but it has completely gone by the recognition of the self, which is the which is completely free from notions, the self that we experience in deep sleep or in a moment of joy, etc. The self is always self-evident, and thus the knowledge is only recognition of what is. Shankara says that the recognition, the gain, is of the truth of Atma. Because of that gain, one is released from all the knots of the heart in the form of ignorance, desire, and the action that the desire instigates. Thus, by saying that his delusion is gone due to your grace, Tvat Prasadat, Arjuna thanks his teacher. The purpose of the study of the Shastra is to remove delusion. Shankara says that by this question on the part of Krishna and Arjuna's answer to it, it is very clear that the result of the study of the entire Shastra is the elimination of delusion, moha. It is also clear that the removal of samsara takes place when the removal of the delusion takes place. Therefore, delusion is the cause for samsara, and this clearly means that there is no real samsara. Thus, you are grieving for what does not deserve to be grieved, for ashocyan anvashochastvam is a very appropriate beginning for this conclusion. My delusion is gone. Nashto mohaha. The grief is for no reason because it is due to delusion. The destruction of the delusion takes place by knowledge. And because of that also, there is both the recognition, smriti, and the gain, labha, of the Atma. This is the result of the study of the Shastra. That this knowledge results in total freedom from all the knots of the heart is also shown by the Shruti in which Narada says, I, the one who does not know the self, am in sorrow. Soham bhagavaha na atmavit shochami. Even though Narada knows a lot of things, including the 4 Vedas, he is still subject to grief because he does not know the Atma. Thus, he requests Sanat Kumara to help him cross this ocean of sorrow. Shokasya param tarayatu. To Narada's request, Sanat Kumara says, you know everything except one thing which makes the difference between sorrow and joy, and that is indeed Atma, which is limitless, Bhuma. Similarly, it is said elsewhere in the Shruti, the knot of the heart is resolved. All doubts are destroyed. Bhidyate hridaya grantihi hidyante sarva samshayaha. Then the Atma is known as Brahman. Then again, in the Ishavasya Upanishad, there is a statement that says, where is delusion? Where is sorrow for the person who sees the oneness of the Atma? Tatra ko mohaha kaha shokaha ekatvam anupashyataha. Now that Arjuna is free from doubt, he says to Krishna, I will do what you have said. Tava vachanam karishye. Shankara says that the meaning of this statement is, by your grace, I am fulfilled. I am a kritartha, and there is nothing that remains to be done by me. In gaining moksha, all the purusharthas are gained. Then the pursuit of dharma, artha, and kama has paid off. Therefore, Arjuna can say, there is no longer anything for me to do. Earlier, he had thought that he should go to Rishikesh, but now he finds that whatever is to be done, he can do without any problem. From this, we also understand that the pursuit of inquiring into the Shastra continues until the delusion goes. Then there is nothing more to do. The scene now shifts from the battlefield to the palace. The whole dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna was reported by Sanjaya to Dhritarashtra, the blind king, the father of all the 100 Dhartarashtras, who was hearing from Sanjaya what was going on in the battlefield. The Gita opens with him asking, "What did my people and Pandavas do, assembled and armed for battle in Kurukshetra, the place of Dharma?" Sanjaya, "Dharma kshetre Kurukshetre samavetaha yuyutsavaha mamakaf pandavascha eva kim akurvata Sanjaya." Sanjaya's answer was the whole Gita, first giving the context and then reporting the dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna, in which he confined himself only to what Krishna said and what Arjuna said. Sanjaya's praise of Bhagavan's teaching. Now at the end, Sanjaya again addresses Dhritarashtra directly. Sanjaya uvacha ityaham vasudevasya parthasya cha mahatmanaha samvadamima mashrausham adbhutam romaharshanam. Sanjaya uvacha said, iti, in this manner, imam, this, adbhutam, wonderful, romaharshanam, that which makes one's hands stand on end, samvadam, dialogue, vasudevasya mahatmanaha, of Krishna, of great mind and heart, parthasya cha mahatmanaha, of Arjuna of great mind and heart, aham ashrausham, I have heard. Sanjaya said, in this manner, I have heard this dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna of great mind and heart, which is wonderful and makes one's hair stand on end. Here Sanjaya refers to Krishna as Vasudeva, the one in whom everything has its being, Vasu, and the one who is effulgent and all-knowing, Deva, or simply the son of Vasudeva. And Arjuna is called Partha, the son of Pritha. The adjective Mahatma is applicable to both Krishna and Arjuna and has the meaning of the one whose mind is great. Previously, Arjuna was a samsari Atma. Now, because he has said, my delusion is gone, nashto mohaha, he is the one whose Atma is Param Brahma. And therefore, Sanjaya says, he is Mahan. Also, he has received the teaching directly from Lord Krishna, and therefore he is a blessed soul. This dialogue between the teacher and the student, Sanjaya says, makes his hair stand on end. That is, there is Roma Harshana. It is a wonder, Adbhuta, something that never happened before. It covers all the topics, the entire Vedanta Shastra, and also Yoga. Nothing was omitted. Thus, it is a complete Shastra. Sanjaya says, Idam aham ashrausham. I have heard this. We already know from the Mahabharata that at the outset, before the war began, Vyasa gave Sanjaya the Divya Chakshus to see and know all that took place in the battlefield, wherever he was. Therefore, Sanjaya says in the next verse, by the grace of Vyasa, I could hear this dialogue between Bhagavan and Arjuna. Vyasa prasadat shrutavane yahamaham param yogam. No. Vyasa prasadat shrutavane tad guhyamaham param yogam yogeshwarat krishnat sakshat kathayata swayam. Vyasa prasadat, by the grace of Vyasa, etad guhyam param yogam. To this secret and ultimate yoga, Yogeshwarat Krishnat, from Krishna, the Lord of Yoga, Swayam himself, Sakshat Kathayataha, directly teaching, Aham Shrutavan, I have listened. By the grace of Vyasa, I have listened to the secret and ultimate yoga from Krishna, the Lord of Yoga, directly teaching it himself. By Vyasa's grace, Sanjaya got to hear it directly. Sanjaya was hearing all this by the grace of Vyasa because Vyasa gave him a special eye, a Divya Chakshu, with which he could see and hear whatever that happened in the battlefield. That is, wherever he was, he would never miss all that happened anywhere in the battlefield. Another thing is understood here by implication. With ordinary eyes, we can only see what is available for perception. But with a Divya Chakshu and a prepared mind, one can see what is beyond the scope of perception. Otherwise, how could Sanjaya understand Krishna's message? He could understand that Atma is Brahman because of his preparedness. What did he hear? He heard all about yoga. The Shastra that talks about yoga is also called yoga, like how the book whose subject matter is Upanishad is also called Upanishad. This yoga is twofold, Jnana Yoga and Karma Yoga. It is called Para because it is capable of giving moksha. From whom did Sanjaya hear it? Sanjaya makes the point that it is not passed down, paramparaya, but comes directly, sakshat, from the source itself, Bhagavan. Suppose Arjuna heard this teaching and then he told somebody else, and then somebody else told somebody else, and somebody else. That is parampara. By the time it comes to you, some things could be added and some of them dropped, so that what you get is only an edited form, sometimes a distorted form. But here, it is right from the source. Bhagavan himself talks about himself. He is the Lord of all yoga, Yogeshwara, the one who initiated both Jnana Yoga and Karma Yoga. He had himself talked about this earlier in the Gita Shastra. I told this imperishable yoga to Vivashwan. He told it to Manu, and Manu told it to Ikshvaku. Imam vivasvate yogam proktavanaham avyayam vivasvan manave praha manurikshvakave bravit. Therefore, he is called Yogeshwara. And also, it is he alone that is to be accomplished by the Karma Kanda or Jnana Kanda, as he himself says, I am the one to be known by all the Vedas. Vedaihi cha sarvaihi ahameva vedyaha. He is both the initiator of this twofold yoga and the subject matter of this yoga. Sanjaya heard this, not from the flute playing, mountain lifting, butter eating, cowherd Krishna, but from Krishna the teacher. Swayam kathayatah Krishnat. Krishna did not just say a couple of sentences like, you are Brahman, all this is Maya, or give some advice, but taught exhaustively in 17 chapters. When Sanjaya says, Kathayataha, we understand that it is not simple talking, but proper teaching that went on there. Then Sanjaya says to Dhritarashtra, Rajan samsmritya samsmritya samvadamimam adbhutam keshavarjunayoh punyam hrishyami cha muhurmuhu. Rajan, O king, Keshavarjunayoh, between Krishna and Arjuna, imam, this, adbhutam, wondrous, punyam, auspicious, samvadam, dialogue, samsmritya samsmritya, repeatedly recalling, muhuhu muhuhu, again and again, hrishyami, I rejoice. Hrishyami cha, I rejoice. O king, repeatedly recalling this wondrous, auspicious dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna, I rejoice again and again. Here Sanjaya addresses Dhritarashtra as a sovereign, Rajan, O king. The repetition of the word samsmritya, remembering, indicates that always, at every moment, he remembers all those words of the dialogue again and again. What kind of dialogue? One that destroys all papa, all the causes of bondage, because it gives you moksha. It is therefore punya. Dwelling upon the words of Krishna and on Arjuna's questions, he says, I rejoice, Krishyami, again and again, muhuhu muhuhu. Not only that, Sanjaya further expresses his wonder, dwelling on the Vishwarupa Darshana that Krishna gave Arjuna. So this punya is different from the punya that comes from karma, isn't it, Nana?
Yes.
Correct?
This
So
is
different.
this punya is knowledge revealing.
Mokshadayakam.
Yeah.
Fine. Tacha samsmritya rupamadhyadbhutam harehe vismayo me mahan rajan rishyami cha punah punaha. I'll chant this again. Tacha samsmritya rupamadhyadbhutam harehe vismayo me mahan rajan rishyami cha punah punaha. Cha, and further, harehe, of the Lord Hari, tat adbhutam rupam, that wondrous form, samsmritya, repeatedly recalling, mahan vismayaha me, great amazement for me, Rajan, or king, punah punaha, again and again, rishyami cha, and I rejoice. And further, repeatedly recalling that most wondrous form of the Lord, Hari, I have great amazement, O king, and I rejoice again and again. Not only was the dialogue presented here, but also the description of the visual form of Krishna as the entire cosmos. In the 11th chapter, at the request of Arjuna, Krishna showed his cosmic form, in which Arjuna could see everything, including time, all the elements, Lord Yama, and all the Devatas. And whatever Arjuna saw, Sanjaya also saw. In that particular form, they could see everything. And Sanjaya found it the most wondrous form of the Lord, Atyadbhutam Rupam Harehe. Recollecting it again and again, there was great amazement, Mahan Vismayaha, for him. As the words are wonderful, the form is also wonderful. And as he rejoices in remembering the dialogue, Sanjaya also rejoices in recollecting the cosmic form of Krishna. Sanjaya now sums up by expressing his devotion to Lord Krishna and his sure opinion as to the outcome of the war. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishno Yatra Partho Dhanurdharaha Tatra Shri Vijayor Bhutihi Dhruvani Tirmatirmama. Yatra, wherever, Yogeshwaraha Krishnaha, Krishna, the Lord of Yoga, Yatra, wherever, Parthaha Dhanurdharaha, Arjuna, the one who bears the bow, Tatra, there, Shrihi, wealth, Vijayaha, victory, Bhutihi, various riches, Dhruva, definite, Nitihi, justice, Mama Matihi, this is my conclusion. Wherever there is Krishna, the Lord of Yoga, wherever there is Arjuna, the one who bears the bow, there wealth, victory, various riches, and definite justice are present. This is my conclusion. Sanjaya says, wherever Krishna is, there is Shri, wealth, and Vijaya, victory. And wherever Arjuna is, there too there is wealth and victory. And when he says wherever Krishna is, he means in whose heart Krishna is. Arjuna here is called the one who carries a bow, Dhanurdhara. That is significant here, and later we will look into it further. Wherever Krishna is, all wealth will be. Nowhere else. Because Lakshmi is inseparable from Krishna. This wealth is not ordinary wealth, but includes all kinds of wealth. Bhuti, moral wealth, material wealth, spiritual wealth, etc. They will all be there for the one who has Krishna and Arjuna in his heart. It is certain, dhruva. There is no failure possible. Then again, justice, niti will also certainly be there. That means there will be order, proper government in terms of dharma. Justice will be there because Krishna is dharma. It is not Krishna's dharma. Krishna is dharma. Even though Krishna is more than dharma, dharma is not separate from Krishna. Of course, Sanjaya didn't want to attract the wrath of Dhritarashtra, and therefore he says, this is my conclusion, matihi mama. Otherwise, Sanjaya is telling Dhritarashtra here that if he has some blind hopes that Duryodhana would win, he had better forget it. Wherever there is Krishna and Arjuna, there will be wealth, victory, and justice. In this way, Sanjaya concludes the whole conversation. Wherever there is proper attitude and effort, Lord's grace is always there. Let us look now at why Sanjaya calls Arjuna Dhanurdhara, the one who wields the bow. Mere Arjuna would not achieve victory. He must be ready to do what is to be done. Only then can there be victory, etc. By calling him Dhanurdhara, Sanjaya indicates that Arjuna is a human being who is ready to perform his duty. And it becomes yoga when Krishna is recognized. Otherwise, it is simple karma. Where a person recognizes Lord Krishna and is ready to do his duty, there will be antahkarana shuddhi and then knowledge. Thus, Shri here can be considered knowledge as well as material wealth. Everything will be there for him because he does not sit and regret. And that is because he knows that the giver of the results of all actions, karma phala data, is by his side. Once you have that daiva on your side, that unknown factor is no longer unknown in the sense that it is not going to spoil the result of your undertaking. The unknown factor is controlled by invoking Ishvara. Real control is taking Ishvara into account. If you want to have control without taking Ishvara into account, you are in trouble. Not all the variables can be controlled, but if you take the controller on your side, you have surrendered, and that attitude makes life simple. Then karma becomes yoga, and because of that, there is a grateful acceptance, prasada buddhi, of whatever comes. Therefore, there is no failure. There is always victory. If we learn from every experience, there is no need to draw a line. Generally, we draw a line as though it is all over. An enterprising businessman who incurs some losses does not wind up his business. If he has incurred a loss, he tries to find out what happened and keeps going. He knows that it is a process in which sometimes you incur loss and sometimes gain. Therefore, he does not draw a line. If you do not draw a line, you are always a winner. Draw a line and you are a loser. In living a successful life, there is no necessity to draw a line because the whole life is a complete life to be lived purposefully, learning at every step. When should you draw the line? Only at the time of death. The whole life is a process. And if Krishna is on your side, you are a winner. If not, you are not. Even though Duryodhana thought that he called all the shots as he had larger armies and all the invincible warriors, he lost the war. Without Krishna, even Arjuna would have met Lord Yama on the first day itself. Because Krishna was sitting there as his driver, he went on to victory. Without that driver, in spite of all his weaponry and skills, Arjuna would not even have fought. At the beginning of the fight, he was caught between the horns of a dilemma, of having to choose between duty and affection. He could not even start. Where is the question of fighting? Because Krishna was there was victory. Certainly there will be justice, niti, and prosperity, bhuti. Because it is mentioned separately, Shri can also be taken as knowledge, vidya. Everything will be there. We can understand this to be true individually and also with reference to a society. Where there is niti, each one does his job, and therefore there is plenty for everybody. In whichever period of time or place that Krishna is there, people are ready to do what is to be done. Then all these will be there. Thus ends chapter 18 of the Bhagavad Gita. With this, the Bhagavad Gita itself and Shankara's commentary also ends. Now, we shall see the concluding statements of the Bhashya and the Gita itself. Om Tat Sat iti Shri Mahabharate Shatasahasryam Samhitayam Vaiyasikyam Bhishma Parvani Srimad Bhagavad Gitasu Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Moksha Sannyasa Yogo Nama Ashtadashodhyayaha. We conclude with Om Tat Sat. Om is everything, and that alone is Satya. In the epic of 10,000 verses written by Vyasa, in the Bhishma Parva of the Mahabharata, in this section called the Bhagavad Gita, which enjoys the status of an Upanishad.
Hari Om. Hari Om. There is
Yes,
some error here. In the epic of 10,000 verses written by Vyasa, 100,000 it should read. There is some error somewhere.
Yeah.
This is where, at the time of transcription, the chelas of Swamiji must have inadvertently made an error. In the epic of 100,000 verses written by Vyasa, in the Bhishma Parva, etc. The 10 is slightly defective. 100. Because you see the Sanskrit.
Yeah, Shatasahasriyam.
Om Tat Sat. Shatasahasrikayam. In the Sanskrit, Shatasahasrikayam is there. Om Tat Sat. Iti Srimad Mahabharate. Shatasahasrikayam. Shatasahasra. 100,000. The 10 is kind of a inadvertent error. Yeah.
So we conclude with Om Tat Sat. Om is everything, and that alone is Satya. In the epic of 100,000 verses written by Vyasa, in the Bhishma Parva of the Mahabharata, in this section called the Bhagavad Gita, which enjoys the status of an Upanishad because its subject matter is the knowledge of Brahman, Brahma Vidya, and which is also a Yoga Shastra, in the dialogue that took place between Shri Krishna and Arjuna, is this chapter called Moksha Sannyasa, the renunciation. That is the renunciation of all activities by giving up the sense of doership, kartritva, in the wake of the knowledge that Atma is not a doer, that gives freedom. Many things were told in this Shastra, but predominantly renunciation of all actions, Sarva Karma Sannyasa was pointed out, and thus the last chapter is rightly called Moksha Sannyasa. Iti Srimad Paramahamsa Parivrajakaacharya Govinda Bhagavat Pujya Pada Shishya Srimadacharya Shankara Bhagavatah Kritau Shri Bhagavad Gita Bhashye Moksha Sannyasa Yogo Nama Ashtadashodhyayaha. And finally, this chapter was commented upon by the revered teacher Sri Shankara, who is the disciple of the Paramahamsa Sannyasi Shri Govinda Bhagavat Pada. Samaptima Gamadidam Gita Shastram. Thus ends the Gita Shastra. So we go to
Brahmara,
the
go to first chapter, first sloka.
Okay. 1 second, Anna. I will just stop the share.
Need not go. From your memory, you can chant that.
Okay.
Adha Prathama Adhyaya, Arjuna Vishada Yoga, like that.
Ayaha Arjuna Vishada Yogaha Dhritarashtra Uvacha Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre Samavetayu Mamaka Pandavaschaiva Kimakurvata Sanjaya.
Now we have to go through the Gita Mahatyam. Okay?
Yeah.
I will do both the Gita Mahatyams, small and big one.
Okay.
The small one, you don't have the PDF, no?
This one, I think, right? See?
Small one, I think you did not have. I will read out from the text. If you can have, you can project that. Atha Srimad Bhagavad Gita Mahatyam Gita Shastramidam Punyam Yapatet Prayata Puman Vishnu Padamavapnoti Bhaya Shoka Divajjitaha. There is one. Wait a minute. Renuji, can you put it up again? That she raised the question just now. Dr. Renu.
She says, can you explain Soham? Is it same as I am soul or Aham Brahmasmi? I know I'm repeating the question.
Soham is Saha Aham. Saha Aham. That which I am seeking, that Paramapurusha, the Paramatma Tattva, Aham. Tattvamasi, Tat Tvam Asi. That is the Shastra Vakya. Same thing, Aham Brahmasmi, they're all same. Yeah. Gita Shastramidam Punyam Yapatet Prayata Puman Vishnu Padamavapnoti Bhaya Shokadi Vajjitaha Gita Jayana Shilasya Pranayama Parasya Cha Naiva Santihi Papani Purva Janma Krutani Cha Mala Nirmochanam Pumsam Jalasnanam Dine Dine Sakrut Gitam Vasisnanam Samsara Malanashanam Gita Sugita Kartavya Kimanyai Shastra Vistaraihi Yaswayam Padmanabhasya Mukhapadmadvini Shrutaha Bharatamrita Sarvaswam Vishno Vaktradvini Shrutam Gita Gangodakam Petva Punarjanmana Vidyate Sarvopanishado Gavo Dogdha Gopala Nandanaha Partho Vatsa Sudhi Bhokta Dugdham Gitamrutam Mahat Ekam Shastram Devaki Putra Gitam Eko Devo Devaki Putra Eva Eko Mantra Tasya Namani Yani karmapyekam tasya devasya seva. Yeah, the longer version. Where Dharo Vacha comes. Yeah. Yeah. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Dharo Vacha Bhagavan Parameshana. Bhaktiravya Vicharini. Prarabdham Budhyamanasya. Kadam Bhavati He Prabho. Shri Vishnu Vacha. Prarabdham Budhyamanopi. Gītābhyāsaratah sada. Samukta Sasuki Loke. Karmana nopalipyate. Mahapāpādi Gita Dhyanam Karoti Chet Kvachisparsham na kurvanti Nalini Dalamambasa. Hari Om. After this, Brahmara, we will start from the first chapter.
Okay.
Okay, whoever is interested in take up the first chapter chanting, they can begin after I am through with this Gita Mahatyam.
Fine. Fine.
Mahapāpādi Gita Dhyanam Karoti Chet Kvachisparsham na kurvanti Nalini Dalamambhavat Gitaya Pustakam Yatra Pata Pravartate Tatra Sarvani Tirthani Prayagadini Tatra Vai Sarve Devascha Rushayaha Yogina Pannagaschaye Gopala Gopika Vapi Naradodhava Parshadaihi Sahayo Jayate Shigram Yatra Gita Pravartate Yatra Gita Patanam Patam Shrutam Tatraham Nishitam Prudvi Nivasami Sadaivahi Gita Shreyeham Tishtami Gita me chotamam gruham Gita jnanamupashritya Trilokan palayamyaham Gita me paramavidya Brahma rupana samshayaha Ahamatraksharanitya Swanirvapadatmika Chidanandena Krishnena Prokta Swamukhatorjunam Vedatraye Parananda Tattvadhagnamanjasa Yoshtajape Nityam Naro Nischalamanasah Jnanasiddhim Salabhate Tato Yati Param Padam Pate Samadha Sampurne Dam Patamacharet Tada Gonajam Punyam Labhate Natra Samshayaha Tribhagam Patamanasto Ganga Snana Phalalagit Shadam Yapamanasto Yam Patate Bhakti Samyutaha Rudra Lokamavapnoti Gano Bhutva Vasechiram Jaya Shokapadamba Nityam Yapatate Naraha Sayati Naratam Yama Manukalam Vasundhare Gitaya Sloka Dashakam Sapta Pancha Chatushtayam Dvau Trim Ekam Tadaddham Va Shlokanam Yapate Naraha Chandra Lokamavapnoti Varshanam Ayutam Dhruvam Gita Patas Samayukto To Manushatam Rajet Gita Bhyasam Punakrutva Labhate Muktimuttamam Gite Chuchara Samyukto Mriyamano Gatim Labhet Gita Dhashravana Sakto Mahapapayuto Piva Vayuntam Samavamoti Vishnuna Sahamodate Gitadham Jayate Nityam Tva Karmani Bhurishaha Jivan Mukta Savijneyo Dehante Paramam Padam Gita Mashrishya Bhavaha Bhujo Janakadayaha निर्धूतकल्मषालोके गीतायाः परं पदं गीताया पठनं कृत्वा माहात्म्यं नैव यः पठेत् वृथा पाठो भवेत् तस्य श्रायेव युधावृतः माहात्म्यसंयुक्तं गीताभ्यासं करोति यः स तत्फलमाप्नोति दुर्लभं गतिमाप्नुयात् सूत उवाच माहात्म्यमेतद्गीताया मया प्रोक्तं सनातनं गीतान्ते च पठेद्यस्तु यदुक्तं तत्फलं लभेत् ॐ तत्सत् इति श्रीवराहपुराणे गीतामाहात्म्यं सम्पूर्णम् Brahmara,
Yes, Nana.
before we go on to first chapter, if you people are keen on chanting the Gita Jnana Slokas,
yeah,
so be it. Yeah, you open the Gita Jnana Slokas.
Okay.
I will chant that. And somebody can go to the first chapter.
Yeah.
We go up to 8:30.
Yes.
Okay. Done through.
My internet shaky. I don't know whether it's my internet that is shaky.
Hariom, no, it is even mine. I'm automatically logged out.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Anyway, I switched off the.
Was my voice breaking when I was reading the summary?
No, dear.
No.
It was very clear. Just
No.
5 like only.
Okay, I will have the laptop nearer to me. Is it okay now? I have switched off the video.
No, even then there is some lag. Sometimes it's very fast, sometimes it's very slow. So there is some issue, I think.
Okay.
Maybe because you're leaving Phoenix, the internet is also like not very happy.
we had earthquake in Humboldt County, not near our area, but we don't have any electrical.
Yeah, can you slightly magnify this, Brahmana?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Magnify the text a little more. अदगीताध्यानम् ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी. Is the voice shaky?
Yes, it is shaky. It is shaky.
Oh, okay, then you take over.
Yeah. Or
when you were reading, it was okay.
Was it okay?
Yes, I can. Brahmaraji, Hariom.
Yeah, go ahead, Bila.
You have to scroll down, my dear. First stanza is over.
Want to chant it one more time?
Okay. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Muninam Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshiniam Bhagavatim Ashtadashaadhyayinim Amba Tvamanusandadhami Bhagavat Gite Bhavadveshinim. नमोऽस्तु ते व्यास विशाल बुद्धे फुल्लारविन्दायतपत्र नेत्र येन त्वया भारत तैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयः प्रदीपः प्रपन्न पारिजाताय स्तोत्रवैत्रैकपाणियै ज्ञानं त्राय. This is over, no, Brahmaraj? प्रपन्न पारिजाताय स्तोत्रवैत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः. सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्स सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत्. वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्. भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोत्पला शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरणनदी कैवर्तकः केशव. पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलं गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटं नानाख्यानककेसरं हरिकथा सम्बोधना बोधितम्. लोके सज्जन षट्पदैर्हरः पेपीयमानं मुदा भूयाद् भारत पंकजं कलिमल प्रध्वंसिनः श्रेयसे. मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्. यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगा ध्यानावस्थिततत्त्वेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुः सुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः.
So, is anybody ready to chant chapter 1? Anyone willing to do it?
Chapter 2, I will take a Brahmana.
Okay.
And
chant.
Hari Om. And at the end of any chapter, it is enough if we say Om Tat Sat and go to the next chapter.
Okay. Don't need to read the whole end.
Yeah, not. Okay?
Okay.
Because it is a continuous dialogue by Ketaya. Actually, these are the other interpolations. This Om Tat Sat, iti Srimad Bhagavad Gita, so, etc. Simply say Om Tat Sat, we will go to the second chapter like that.
Fine. So, Bela, do you want to chant?
Yeah, I can chant, Brahmaraj.
Go ahead.
Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Prathamodhyayah Arjuna Vishad Yogo Nama Dhritarashtra Uvacha Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Mamakaf Pandavashaiva Kimakurvata Sanjaya. Yatra Yogesh.
The second verse is this. You can continue. Do
Okay.
you want me to share the actual only verses PDF? Because that will be easier, I think.
You
This
got
will
a,
take-
yeah, you got a separate PDF
Yes, I have
where
that.
only verses are there.
Correct. Just give me a second. Let me just share that.
Yeah.
Is
I will
this
read from
enough?
first one.
Enlarge a little more.
Little more.
Enlarge to the extent you can. Yeah, that's okay.
This is fine.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, very nice.
Okay.
अथ प्रथमोऽध्यायः अर्जुनविषादयोगः.
That is over. You have to go to the second or third verse. Yeah, second verse.
Sanjay उवाच दृष्ट्वा तु पाण्डवानीकं व्यूढं दुर्योधनस्तदा आचार्यमुपसंगम्य राजा वचनमब्रवीत् पश्यैतां पाण्डुपुत्राणाम् आचार्यं महतिं चमुं व्यूढां द्रुपदपुत्रेण तव शिष्येण धीमता. अत्र शूरा महेश्वासा भीमार्जुनसमायुधि युयुधानो विराटस्य द्रुपदस्य महारथः दृष्टकेतुश्च कीतानः काशीराजश्च वीर्यवान् पुरुजित् कुन्तिभोजश्च शैब्यश्च नरपुङ्गवः युधामन्युश्च विक्रान्त उत्तमौजाश्च वीर्यवान् सौभद्रो द्रौपदेयाश्च सर्व एव महारथाः अस्माकं विशिष्टाये तान्निबोधद्विजोत्तमा. नायका मम सैन्यस्य संज्ञार्थं तान् ब्रवीमि ते भवान् भीष्मश्च कर्णश्च कृपश्च समितिञ्जयः अश्वत्थामा विकर्णश्च सौमदत्तिस्तथैव च. अन्ये च बहवः शूरा मदर्थे त्यक्तजीविताः नानाशस्त्रप्रहरणाः सर्वे युद्धविशारदाः अपर्याप्तं तदस्माकं बलं भीष्माभिरक्षितं पर्याप्तं त्विदमेतेषां बलं भीमाभिरक्षितम् अयनेषु च सर्वेषु यथा भागमवस्थिताः. भीष्ममेवाभिरक्षन्तु भवन्तः सर्व एव हि तस्य संजनय हर्षं कुरु वृद्धः पितामहः सिंहनादं विनद्योच्चैः शङ्खं दद्मौ प्रतापवान् ततः शङ्खाश्च भैर्यश्च पणवानकगोमुखाः सहसैवाभ्यहन्यन्त शब्दस्तु मूलोऽभवत् ततः श्वेतैर्हयैर्युक्ते महति स्यन्दने स्थितौ माधवः पाण्डवश्चैव दिव्यौ शङ्खौ प्रदद्मतुः पाञ्चजन्यं ऋषिकेशो देवदत्तं धनञ्जयः पौण्ड्रं दद्मौ महाशङ्खं भीमकर्मावृकोदरः अनन्तविजयं राजा कुन्तिपुत्रो युधिष्ठिरः नकुलः सहदेवश्च सुघोषमणिपुष्पकौ काश्यश्च परमेश्वासः शिखण्डी च महारथः दृष्टद्युम्नो विराटश्च सात्यकिश्चापराजितः द्रुपदो द्रौपदेयाश्च सर्वशः पृथिवीपते सौभद्रश्च महाबाहुः शङ्खादद्मुः पृथक् पृथक् सघोषोधार्तराष्ट्राणां हृदयानि व्यदारयत् नभश्च पृथिवीं चैव तुमुलो व्यनुनादयन् अथ व्यवस्थितान् दृष्ट्वा धार्तराष्ट्रान् कपिध्वजः प्रवृत्ते शस्त्रसम्पाते धनुरुद्यम्य पाण्डवः ऋषिकेशं तदा वाक्यम् इदमाह महीपते अर्जुन उवाच सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये रथं स्थापयमेच्युत यावदेतानिरीक्षेऽहं योद्धुकामानवस्थितान् कैमर्या सह योद्धव्यम् अस्मिन् गणसमुद्यमे योत्स्यमानानवेक्षेऽहं य एतेऽत्र समागताः धार्तराष्ट्रस्य दुर्बुद्धेः युद्धे प्रियचिकीर्षवः संजय उवाच एवमुक्तो ऋषिकेशो गुडाकेशेन भारत सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये स्थापयित्वा रथोत्तमं भीष्मद्रोणप्रमुखतः सर्वेषां च महीक्षिताम् उवाच पार्थ पश्यैतान् समवेतान् कुरुनिति तत्रापश्यत् स्थितान् पार्थः पितृनथ पितामहान् आचार्यान् मातुलान् भ्रातृः पुत्रान् पौत्रान् सखींस्तथा श्वशुरान् सुहृदश्चैव सेनयोरुभयोरपि तान् समीक्ष्य स कौन्तेयः सर्वान् बन्धूनवस्थितान् कृपया परयाविष्टो विषीदन्निदमब्रवीत् अर्जुन उवाच दृष्ट्वेमं स्वजनं कृष्ण युयुत्सुं समुपस्थितम् सिदन्ति मम गात्राणि मुखं च परिशुष्यति वेपथुश्च शरीरे मे रोमहर्षश्च जायते गाण्डिवं स्रंसते हस्तात् वक्चैव परिदह्यते न च शक्योम्यवस्थातुं भ्रमतीव च मे मनः निमित्तानि च पश्यामि विपरीतानि केशव न च श्रेयोनुपश्यामि हत्वा स्वजनमाहवे न काङ्क्षे विजयं कृष्ण न च राज्यं सुखानि च किं नो राज्येन गोविन्द किं भोगैर्जीवितेन वा येषामर्थे काङ्क्षितं नो राज्यं भोगा सुखानि च त इमेव स्थिता युद्धे प्राणान् त्यक्त्वा धनानि च आचार्याः पितरः पुत्रात् तथैव च पितामहाः मातुला श्वशुरा पौत्राः श्याला सबन्धिनस्तथा एतान् न हन्तुमिच्छामि घ्नतोऽपि मधुसूदन अपि त्रैलोक्यराज्यस्य हेतो किं नु मही कृते निहत्य धार्तराष्ट्रान् न का प्रीति स्यात् जनार्दन पापमेवाश्रयेत् अस्मान् हत्वैतानाततायिनः तस्मान्नार्हा वयं हन्तुं धार्तराष्ट्रान् स्वबान्धवान् स्वजनं हि कथं हत्वा सुखिनः स्याम माधव यद्यप्येतेन पश्यन्ति लोभोपहत चेतसः कुलक्षयकृतं दोषं मित्रद्रोहे च पातकं कथं न ज्ञेयमस्माभिः पापादस्मान् निवर्तितुं कुलक्षयकृतं दोषं प्रपश्यद्भिर्जनार्दन कुलक्षये प्रणश्यन्ति कुलधर्मा सनातनाः धर्मे नष्टे कुलं कृत्स्नम् अधर्मोऽभिभवत्युत अधर्माभिभवात् कृष्ण प्रदुष्यन्ति कुलस्त्रियः स्त्रीषु दुष्टासु वार्ष्णेय जायते वर्णसङ्करः संकरो नरका
संकरो नरकायैव कुलघ्नानां कुलस्य च पतन्ति पितरो ह्येषां लुप्तपिण्डोदकक्रियाः दोषैरेतैः कुलघ्नानां वर्णसङ्करकारकैः उत्साद्यन्ते जातिधर्माः कुलधर्माश्च शाश्वताः उत्सन्नकुलधर्माणां मनुष्याणां जनार्दन नरके नियतं वासो भवतीत्यनुशुश्रुमा अहो बत महत्पापं कर्तुं व्यवसिता वयं यद्राज्यसुखलोभेन हन्तुं स्वजनमुद्यताः यदि मामप्रतीकारम् अशस्त्रं शस्त्रपाणयः धार्तराष्ट्रारणे हन्युः तन्मे क्षेमतरं भवेत् संजय उवाच एवमुक्त्वार्जुनः सङ्ख्ये रथोपस्थ उपाविशत् विसृज्य सशरं चापं शोकसंविघ्नमानसः ॐ तत्सत्
अथ द्वितीयोऽध्यायः साङ्ख्ययोगः सञ्जय उवाच तं तथा कृपयाविष्टम् अश्रुपूर्णाकुलेक्षणं विषीदन्तमिदं वाक्यम् उवाच मधुसूदनः. Is it breaking now?
No, Nana, it's clear.
It is clear?
Yes.
Earlier, what happened was there was some other thing which was sharing the Wi-Fi in this room, which I
Ah,
disconnected.
okay.
Maybe Wi-Fi is entirely for this, so it perhaps is better.
Yeah.
Incidentally, Dr. Mara put up a note saying she will do 7th chapter. And if I am not mistaken, she also put up another note saying she will do the 12th chapter.
Yeah.
So be
Yes,
it.
Nanaji. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
The, Balaji,
Yes, Nanaji.
She's
Balaji,
Samatam.
thank you. You chanted nicely. If you don't mind my pointing out, wherever
Please.
Dirgha is there, you are making that Haraswa. And wherever Haraswa is there, you are making that Dirgha. Just be aware
Okay,
of that.
Nanaji. Yeah.
Just be aware of that. What I suggest you do is, if you got a Gita text in your vernacular, if you
Yes,
can
Nanaji.
directly read from that, then you will know what other minor errors you have committed earlier. You will know that. It's much easier to conform to the vernacular.
Yes, Nanaji.
Okay, good. Don't mistake me. Shri Bhagavanuvacha kutastva kashmalamidam vishame samupastitam Anaryajustamasvargyam akirtikaram Arjuna klaibyam asmagamapartha naitatvayupapajyate kshudram hrudayadorpalyam chittvothishta parantapa. Is it okay, Brahmara?
It's fine, Nana. It's fine.
It's okay. Arjuna Buvacha Katham Bhishmamaham Sankhe Dronam cha Madhusudana Ishubhe Pratiyochyami Pujarhavari Sudana Guru Nahatva hi Mahanubhavan Shreyo Bhuktum Bhikshamapi Haloke Atvardhakamamstu Guru Nihaiva Bhunjiya Bhogan Rudhira Pradigdhan Nachetadvitma Kataranno Gariyo Yadva Jayema Yadivano Jayeyuhu Yane Mahatva Najijivishamaha Tevastita Pramukhe Dhartarashtraha Karpanya Dosha Upahata Svabhavaha Pruchami Tvam Dharma Sammudha Ichreyashyan Bruhitan me Sishyasteham Shadhi Mam Tvam Prapannam Nahi Prapashyami Mama Panudyat Yachokamuchoshanam Indriyanam Avatya Bhuma Vasapatnam Ruddham Rajyam Suranam Apichadhipatyam Sanjaya Uvacha एवमुक्त्वा हृषीकेशं गुडाकेशः परन्तपः नयोत्स्य इति गोविन्दम् उक्त्वा तूष्णीं बभूवः तमुवाच हृषीकेशः प्रहसन्निव भारत सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये विषीदन्तमिदं वचः श्रीभगवानुवाच अशोच्यानन्वशोचस्त्वं प्रज्ञावादांश्च भाषसे गतासु न गतासूंश्च नानुशोचन्ति पण्डिताः न त्वेवाहं जातु नासं न त्वं नेमे जनाधिपाः न चैव न भविष्यामः सर्वे वयमतः परं देहिनोऽस्मिन् यथा देहे कौमारं यौवनं जरा तथा देहान्तरप्राप्तिः धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यते मात्रा स्पर्शास्तु कौन्तेय शीतोष्णसुखदुःखदाः आगमापायिनो नित्याः तां तितिक्षस्व भारत यं हि न व्यथयन्त्येते पुरुषं पुरुषर्षभा समदुःखसुखं धीरं सोमृतत्वाय कल्पते नासतो विद्यते भावो न भावो विद्यते सतः उभयोरपि दृष्टोऽन्तः त्वनयोस्तत्त्वदर्शिभिः अविनाशितु तद्विद्धि येन सर्वमिदं ततं विनाशमव्ययस्यास्य न कश्चित् कर्तुमर्हति अन्तवन्त इमे देहाः नित्यस्योक्ता शरीरिणः अनाशिनो प्रमेयस्य तस्मादुज्यस्व भारत येनं वेत्ति हन्तारं यश्चैनं मन्यते हतम् उभौ तौ न विजानीतः नायं हन्ति न हन्यते न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचित् नायं भूत्वा भविता वा न भूयः अजो नित्य शाश्वतोऽयं पुराणः न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे वेदा विनाशिनं नित्यं येनमजमव्ययं कथं स पुरुषः पार्थ कं घातयति हन्तिकं वासांसि जीर्णानि यथा विहाय नवानि गृह्णाति नरोपराणि तथा शरीराणि विहाय जीर्णानि अन्यानि संयाति नवानि देहे नैनं छिन्दन्ति शस्त्राणि नैनं दहति पावकः न चैनं क्लेदयन्त्यापः न शोषयति मारुतः अच्छेद्योऽयमदाह्योऽयम् अक्लेद्यो शोष्य एव च नित्यः सर्वगतस्थाणुः अचलोऽयं सनातनः अव्यक्तोऽयमचिन्त्योऽयम् अविकार्योऽयमुच्यते तस्मादेवं विदित्वैनं नानुशोचितुमर्हसि अथ चैनं नित्यजातं नित्यं वा मन्यसे मृतं तथापि त्वं महाबाहो नैवं शोचितुमर्हसि जातस्य हि ध्रुवो मृत्युः ध्रुवं जन्म मृतस्य च तस्मादपरिहार्येद्धे न त्वं शोचितुमर्हसि अव्यक्तादीनि भूतानि व्यक्तमध्यानि भारत अव्यक्तनिधनान्येव तत्र का परिदेवना आश्चर्यवत् पश्यति कश्चिदेनम् आश्चर्यवद् वदति तथैव चान्यः आश्चर्यवच्चैनमन्यः शृणोति श्रुत्वाप्येनं वेद न चैव कश्चित् देहि नित्यमवध्योऽयं देहे सर्वस्य भारत तस्मात् सर्वाणि भूतानि न त्वं शोचितुमर्हसि स्वधर्ममपि चावेक्ष न विकम्पितुमर्हसि धर्म्याद्धियुद्धात् श्रेयोऽन्यत् क्षत्रियस्य न विद्यते यदृच्छया चोपपन्नं स्वर्गद्वारमपावृतं सुखिनः क्षत्रिया पार्थ लभन्ते युद्धमीदृशम् अथ चेत् त्वमिमं धर्म्यं सङ्ग्रामं न करिष्यसि ततः स्वधर्मं कीर्तिं च हित्वा पापमवाप्स्यसि अकीर्तिं चापि भूतानि कथयिष्यन्ति ते अव्ययाम् सम्भावितस्य च कीर्तिः मरणादतिरिच्यते भयाद्रणादुपरतं मंस्यन्ते त्वां महारथाः येषां च त्वं बहुमतः भूत्वा यास्यसि लाघवम् अवाप्य वादांश्च बहून् वदिष्यन्ति तवाहिताः निन्दन्तस्तव सामर्थ्यं ततो दुःखतरं नु किम् हतो वा प्राप्स्यसि स्वर्गम् जित्वा वा भोक्ष्यसे महीम् तस्मादुत्तिष्ठ कौन्तेय युद्धाय कृतनिश्चयः सुखदुःखे समे कृत्वा लाभालाभौ जया जयौ ततो युद्धाय युज्यस्व नैवं पापमवाप्स्यसि अति एषा ते विहिता सांख्ये बुद्धिर्योगे त्विमां शृणु बुद्ध्या युक्तो यया पार्थ कर्मबन्धं प्रहास्यसि नेहाभिक्रमनाशोऽस्ति प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते स्वल्पमप्यस्य धर्मस्य त्रायते महतो भयात् व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धिः एकेह कुरु नन्दन बहुशाखा ह्यनन्ताश्च बुद्धयो व्यवसायिनां यामिमां पुष्पितां वाचं प्रवदन्त्य विपश्चितः वेदवादरता पार्थ नान्यदस्तीति वादिनः कामात्मानः स्वर्गपराः जन्म कर्म फलप्रदां त्रिता विशेष बहुलां भोगैश्वर्य गतिं प्रति भोगैश्वर्य प्रसक्तानां तयापहृत चेतसां व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धिः समाधौ न विधीयते त्रैगुण्य विषया वेदाः निस्त्रैगुण्यो भवार्जुन निर्द्वन्द्वो नित्यसत्त्वस्थो निर्योगक्षेम आत्मवान् यावान् अर्धवुदपाने सर्वतः सम्प्लुतोदके तावान् सर्वेषु वेदेषु ब्राह्मणस्य विजानतः कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्मफलहेतुर्भूः मा ते सङ्गोऽस्त्वकर्मणि योगस्थः कुरु कर्माणि सङ्गं त्यक्त्वा धनञ्जय सिद्ध्यसिद्ध्यो समो भूत्वा समत्वं योग उच्यते दूरेण ह्यवरं कर्म बुद्धियोगात् धनञ्जय बुद्धौ शरणमन्विच्य कृपणा फलहेतवः बुद्धियुक्तो जहातीह उभे सुकृत दुष्कृते तस्माद् योगाय युज्यस्व योग कर्मसु कौशलं कर्मजं बुद्धियुक्ता हि फलं त्यक्त्वा मनीषिणः जन्मबन्ध विनिर्मुक्ताः पदं गच्छन्त्यनामयं यदा ते मोहकलिलं बुद्धिर्व्यतितरिष्यति तदा गन्तासि निर्वेदं श्रोतव्यस्य श्रुतस्य च श्रुतिविप्रतिपन्ना ते यदा स्थास्यति निश्चला समाधावचला बुद्धिः तदा योगमवाप्स्यसि अर्जुन उवाच स्थितप्रज्ञस्य का भाषा समाधिस्तस्य केशव स्थितधीः किं प्रभाषेत किमासीत व्रजेत किम् श्रीभगवानुवाच प्रजहाति कामान् सर्वान् पार्थमनोगतान् आत्मन्येवात्मना तुष्टः स्थितप्रज्ञस्तदोच्यते दुःखेष्वनुद्विग्नमनाः सुखेषु विगतस्पृहः वीतरागभयक्रोधः स्थितधीर्मुनिरुच्यते यः सर्वत्रानभिस्नेहः तत्तदप्यशुभाशुभं नाभिनन्दति न द्वेष्टि तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता यदा संहरते चायं कूर्मोऽङ्गानीव सर्वशः इन्द्रियाणि इन्द्रियार्थेभ्यः तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता विषया विनिवर्तन्ते निराहारस्य देहिनः रसवर्ज्यं रसोऽप्यस्य परं दृष्ट्वा निवर्तते यततो ह्यपि कौन्तेय पुरुषस्य विपश्चितः इन्द्रियाणि प्रमादीनि हरन्ति प्रसभं मनः तानि सर्वाणि संयम्य युक्त आसीत मत्परः वशे हि यस्येन्द्रियाणि tasya prajna pratishtita jhayato vishayan pumsaha sangasteshu pajayate sangat sanjayate kamaha kamat krodho vijayate क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहः सम्मोहः स्मृति विभ्रमः स्मृति भ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशः बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति रागद्वेष वियुक्तैस्तु विषयानिन्द्रियैश्चरन् आत्मवश्यैर्विधेयात्मा प्रसादमधिगच्छति प्रसादे सर्वदुःखानां हानिरस्योपजायते प्रसन्नचेतसो ह्याशुः बुद्धिः पर्यवतिष्ठते नास्ति बुद्धिरयुक्तस्य न चायुक्तस्य भावना न चाभावयत शान्तिः अशान्तस्य कुतः सुखम् इन्द्रियाणां हि चरतां यन्मनोनुविधीयते तदस्य हरति प्रज्ञां वायुर्नावमिवाम्भसि तस्माद् यस्य महाबाहो निगृहीतानि सर्वशः इन्द्रियाणीन्द्रियार्थेभ्यः तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता या निशा सर्वभूतानां तस्यां जागर्ति संयमे यस्यां जागृति भूतानि सा निशा पश्यतो आपूर्यमाणमचलप्रतिष्ठं समुद्रमाप प्रविशन्ति यद्वत् तद्वत् कामायं प्रविशन्ति सर्वे स शान्तिमाप्नोति न कामकामी विहाय कामान्यः सर्वान् पुमांश्चरति निःस्पृहः निर्ममो निरहङ्कारः स शान्तिमधिगच्छति एषा ब्राह्मी स्थितिः पार्थ नैनां प्राप्य विमुह्यते स्थित्वा श्यामन्तकालेऽपि ब्रह्म निर्वाणमृच्छते Om Tat Sat. Yeah, we'll call it a day. Tomorrow we'll start from the 3rd chapter. You enlist whoever is keen on chanting, but keen on chanting not for the sake of chanting for the first time now. Keen on chanting without blemish. Because the way you chant, you are going to enthuse other listeners into chanting again. So you would better ensure that you chant without any blemish. Hari Om, Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayah, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kasched Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Brahmaraj, though we are moving to California tomorrow, we are moving to California rather early in the afternoon. So our class, Zoom class, will continue tomorrow onwards. Okay?
Yeah.
Till we are through with the 2 cycles of chanting. Okay?
Yeah.
Right.
Your time will be 6 o'clock, not 7 o'clock.
Yeah, very right. I must be careful about that. Yes, I agree. Hari Om.
Hari Om.
हरि ओम धन्यवाद नाना जी.